What's your I hope you learned a lesson moment where someone definitely learned the wrong lesson? Some background. I come from one of those massive families where you lose track of who's who at dinner. I'm one of the youngest, and when my mom passed away when I was 10, everything changed overnight. My dad, bless his heart, was old school, the type where men worked and women handled literally everything else. When mom died, that everything else got dumped on us. By 11, I was regularly cooking dinner for 8 to 10 people, managing a chore list longer than my homework assignments, and basically running a second shift after school. Don't get me wrong, I had a great childhood despite the whole dead mom situation. Sure, I felt sorry for myself watching friends worry about nothing more than weekend plans, but we made it work. When I turned 16, Dad got me a car. The deal seemed fair. He covered insurance and maintenance. I handled gas with babysitting money. But here's the thing. This wasn't some sweet 16 gift for mall trips and dates. I was the family chauffeur. School runs for my little sister and me, grocery shopping, shuttling us to practices and meets, running errands across town. My schedule was military precise. School, home, groceries, dinner prep, then homework, practice, collapse into bed. I was basically the poster child for responsible teenagers. Everything was fine until Dad's new girlfriend entered the picture. Her kids were in my high school, and apparently, they were financing their own vehicles. She got in Dad's ear about how I was getting special treatment. If she's old enough to drive, she's old enough to pay for everything herself, became her mantra. So Dad calls me into his office like I'm getting fired. I've decided if you want to keep the car, you need to take over the payments, maintenance, and insurance. I did the math in my head. Dad, I can't afford that. He said, then get a job. I said, with what time? I'm already doing everything for this family plus school. He said, you'll figure it out. That's when something clicked. I walked to my room, grabbed my keys, and handed them over. I don't want the car anymore. He was completely shocked. He probably thought I'd be begging for it back within hours. The next morning, my sister and I mysteriously missed the bus. I had to shake Dad awake so he could drive us to school. He was livid, but what choice did he have? After school, we caught rides home with friends. When 5:30 rolled around, dinner time in our house, I was sprawled on the couch reading. Dad walked in. Where's dinner? I said, oh, didn't have a car for grocery shopping. There might be leftovers in the fridge you can microwave. He said, you'll have to walk to the store. I said, I can't. Finals are next week. Don't you care about my grades? I gave him my best innocent look. An hour later, I said, we need rides to practice. He said, call someone from your team. I said, Dad, nobody lives here. It's like 30 minutes out of anyone's way. He drove us, seething the entire time. Day 2 brought more missed buses. No orange juice because nobody shopped, and another dinnerless evening, plus another practice run. When I casually mentioned Saturday's meet was an hour away with a 9 a.m. start time, that broke him. After probably the most active parenting he'd done in decades, he tossed my keys upstairs. Fine, I'll pay half the payment and insurance, but only for school, practice, meets, chores, and your sister. I tossed them back down. That's all I used it for anyway. Still don't want it. Sell it. 5 minutes later, he's screaming my name from downstairs. The keys came flying up the stairs like a fastball. His new offer, everything except gas, zero personal use. So I pay to do chores and get nothing in return? Hard pass. Keys went back down. 30 minutes later, final negotiation in the living room. He'd pay for everything except gas. I could use it personally, but I had to resume all my previous responsibilities, the ones I'd been doing without complaint until his girlfriend poisoned the well. Then he hit me with, I hope you learned a lesson here. I had, just probably not the one he intended.